We start in San Diego, where it was obviously a very somber setting. The Cincinnati Bengals on hand. A moment of silence for the late Chris Henry. Every game taking a moment of silence before the game. Obviously, this more meaningful than most. Chad Ochocinco, moved to tears by the moment of silence. And the Chargers were up 7-3 when the football game was being played in the second quarter. And that's Chad making the catch and then dropping to a knee and being driven to tears again.
I love it. I mean, we see the other side of Chad often, and this is a good opportunity to see the emotional side of Chad Ochocinco.
Crying in a towel on the sideline as the Bengals were up 10-7 in a crucial game for both teams. Obviously, these teams are separated by one game. These are the teams 2 and 3 in the AFC rankings. A bye week essentially on the line in this contest. That was Antonio Gates with a nice gain of 13. 6 plays later, Philip Rivers to Vincent Jackson for the score, 14-10 with 3 minutes left to go in the half. The Bengals would get another field goal. It's 14-13 at the half. Midway third quarter, Chad can't corral that pass from Carson Palmer, and it's picked off by Quentin Jammer.
Great play. At this time of the season, Coach, the timing has to be better than that.
Has to be there.
And then 2 plays later, Rivers and Vincent Jackson turned the pick into points. Wide open.
Yeah, he's wide open, and he's been their big play guy. He had 5 catches today with a couple of touchdowns, but this guy's been dependable all season.
San Diego adds another field goal, so they're up 11 with 14 minutes to go when Rivers hits Antonio Gates, who can't get it. And Keith Rivers, one of the many USC Trojans on this Bengals team with a Southern California homecoming on this day, makes the nice pick, and that is a turnover the Bengals desperately needed. Again, down 11. When Chad Johnson comes from one end of the field to the other end of the field and then goes back to the field, part of the field from which he came. Nice gain of 26 with Palmer throwing blocks.
Downfield throwing the blocks.
Great to see Chad being used in multiple ways.
And then 2 plays later, it's Palmer to Lavernius Coles.
Tried to throw it in there on the back shoulder throw. Nice pitch and catch.
Down 5. What does the chart say, Steve?
It says go for 2.
And Carson Palmer keeps it himself.
They never expected the quarterback draw.
You got that right.
So it's a field goal difference now, 24-21, and Carson's back on the sidelines firing the team up. And after a Chargers punt, the Bengals defense hands the ball to the offense deep in their own end, but that's when a big drive began. J.P. Foshee on a gain of 21. 4 plays later, it's Carson Palmer again to Foshee.
Love the way he's stepping up in the pocket, Coach.
Game's never over when you have these veteran quarterbacks playing it.
To midfield, 3 plays later, it's Cedric Benson gain of 12-yard line.
Tell you that, man.
12 yards. Next play after a Bengals false start. 1st and 15. Carson Palmer to Andre Caldwell. Big hit by Tim Robbins and something.
Carson, get it.
Palmer falls down on it, but it's a loss of 20, knocking the Bengals out of field goal range, facing the 3rd and 30. I don't know if you're going to play in the book for that, but this helps. Quan Cosby, an undrafted rookie with a big 23-yard catch, got him back in field goal range, and Shane Graham tied the game with less than a minute to go. Philip Rivers out of timeouts, needing to drive the field for perhaps a last-minute field goal himself. It is a catch at midfield by Vincent Jackson. 12 ticks left. 2 plays later, from midfield, Philip Rivers to Malcolm Floyd at the sideline.
Great route, bad route recognition by the corner.
And that leads to Nate Katy from 52 yards out. He got it. And that's the way the Chargers improve to 11-3, their 9th straight win, handing the Bengals a 2nd consecutive loss on the road. And that leads to this headline in the Cincinnati Enquirer: full-hearted, empty-handed. The Bengals had a very difficult task going all the way across country, dealing with the loss of a fallen comrade, and they could not come up with the win.